Hello there, welcome to another episode of World of Tanks with Ngani Titan, and we're here on Malinovka Standard Battle, and I'm in the M46 Patton, the Tier 9 American medium tank, which I am currently trying to elite, and this is one of the games that I've had the past week with the M46 Patton, and it's one of those games that brings to mind to me a scene. I think it's in Lawrence of Arabia, as far as I remember. It's a long time since I've seen the movie now, but if memory serves, there's a scene at the very end where the Arab leaders are fighting. They're in a meeting, and their followers are actually fighting over the power station in Jerusalem, and they're in a meeting discussing, I don't know, how things should be arranged post-war, and different factions are taking over the power station at different times. And they have, of course, no clue how to run a power station. And chaos is resulting. Power is going on and off. The lights are going on and off in different sections of Jerusalem. And Allenby is in some kind of a villa in a valley opposite Jerusalem. And he was watching the lights going on and off, and an aide rushes in and says, "General Allenby, there's fighting in the power station. We have to do something." And Allenby turns to the aide and says, "Why?" And I think it's something that should be in front of every person playing World of Tanks, or games like it. That frustration that you get when you know your team isn't doing the right thing and your teammates aren't doing what you want them to do, and you feel that you have to do something. Why? Why do you have to do something, and why do you have to do it right now? This was one of those games. I'm here as far forward as I dare go, playing kind of pseudo light tank role. Beside me is a perfectly good light tank, and in front of me, see that little bush there? As I scan and passing, just right there before the tree. That light tank can reach that bush without being detected. As soon as he climbs up into the bush, he'll be spotted, usually by somebody on the hill. But he'll light up everybody back there, and there are certainly targets back there to be lit up. I just know it. They pop up every now and again. I've spotted 3 of them, but I'm getting no assisted damage. And the reason that I was wishing he'd go back there is because if he went back there, well, I could shoot at them. I could play a kind of a pseudo light tank role, or a pseudo tank destroyer role, so to speak. I know that if I went forward and pushed in there, my tank is just too tall, and more to the point, it's too slow to get away. Because once you're spotted, you can't hang around there. You got to run all the way back, practically a full square behind me, before you become unspotted again. And you could do that in the T-49 or most other light tanks, but you can't generally do it in a tank like the Patton anyway. If it was in a CDC or a Russian medium, one of the fast Russian mediums, I might have been tempted. But anyway, I didn't, and probably just as well. Despite the fact the enemy have taken the hill. But fortunately in this case, there's one or two ways you can deal with the hill. You can decide not to take it and defend deep back where the actual tank destroyers are. And you can attack on the field. Now, a lot of the time attack on the field doesn't actually work. Generally it only requires a couple of tanks spotting, but the main reason the defence in the field, they actually had enough tanks in the field that with artillery support they would have been able to hold the field, but the main reason the field has been held is there's no tank destroyer or light tank or medium tank directly across from me in the lake, not where the T-10 is, but just to the left of my position on those bushes there. A tank destroyer or a light medium tank in that location would, if they hadn't spotted me, probably would have spotted me where I was. And even if they hadn't spotted me, they would have probably seen my tracers. But I reckon they'd have spotted me. And if they'd have spotted me, they'd have forced me to abandon that location ages ago. And the thing is, I wouldn't have spotted them. As long as they pulled back behind the bushes when they were attacking, when they were shooting, I wouldn't have been able to spot them. So I would have been forced to abandon this location. I would have had to pull back completely. Back further back than I am now. And the 1,000 odd spotting damage that I've gotten, plus the 1,600 damage that I've actually managed to acquire myself from shooting the guys in the field, wouldn't have happened. So those guys in the field will be 1,600 points further up, which means they would survive another 4 or 5 shots and have the time to put at least 2 of them, 1 of them there anyway. Definitely the T10 was in a good position, so another 4 or 5 shots into the enemy team. You know, it all adds up, and of these little things are battles won and lost. So by not doing something and being patient, I was able to get an advantage for my team, and now it's paying off, because we've suddenly gone from 3 or 4 spotting assistant medals and about 1,000 points of spotting damage to over 3,000 points of spotting damage. That a Waffenträger, for instance, paid quite dearly for sticking his nose out to shoot at me. Yes, I paid dearly for being caught, but he actually paid a lot more, because there was a lot of tanks with spare guns pointing in his direction, waiting for him to pop up, and as soon as he did, he took a lot of fire. The Centurion behind me died simply because he got frustrated and decided to try and do something. What the Centurion and the rest of the enemy team should have been doing right now is not trying to advance along this front, but actually pull back to try and kill those tanks coming in there around B1, B2, C2. If they could deal with that wing without losing any more tanks, they can get around and sort out the rest of us later on. However, now that they are trying to deal with that wing and failing, it's time for me to push back out again. So I advanced back into the position that I was forced to advance, and we managed to flush out the artillery. We have spotted the 7-5, but he's gone into ground, but he's in a position that he's no good to anybody really up there, and that might have been him just expiring from artillery. The Leopard PTA is making a pushback to try and shore up the situation, but he's too little too late, and that T30 is in the wrong location. He's now caught unable to do anything, because he's not really in a position to effectively shoot at the guys down at the cap circle. And anytime as he sticks his nose up, the guys behind me are in a perfect position to shoot him. And I've gone from 3,000 odd assisted damage to 4,730. Probably get no more, and I got to manage to get a few licks in of my own as well. So, yes, patience, keeping calm, carry on, don't do anything rash, and things very often pay off. So the payoff at the end of all of this is, well, 2,460 damage, 4,730 assisted damage, first class mastery, patrol duty, it's not often you see one of them, and a Confederate. So what is that, 6, 7, over 7k combined damage. Nearly got a steel wall out of it too, so probably other people did a lot better, bounced a lot more shots, and we came number 1 by experience. So overall, you know, it paid off. We mightn't have done the most damage, but we, you know, did our bit. On the tier 9 grind, I will have crossed the halfway point on the M46 Pat, and I've crossed the halfway point on the T10, and I've crossed the halfway point at tier 8 on the M4043 as well, the artillery. So I hope you found the video interesting and enjoyed it, and if you did, please give it a like and a share. If you've not already done so, please subscribe to the channel. I will catch you all again soon. Bye for now.